Hey everybody, Chad McDowell, driving here in East Tennessee, and right now I'm in Sevierville, Tennessee. There's Governor's Crossing across the road from me, right here off of Highway 66. Of course, Sevierville is in Sevier County, and Sevierville is the county seat of Sevier County, of course. And then, of course, Sevier County is the home of one of the famous as a big tourist area and home of the Smoky Mountains National Park. This is the main strip that runs through Sevierville, Pigeon Forge, and then into Gatlinburg right here I'm coming into. And you can see there's a lot of traffic on it. Of course, Smoky Mountain National Park is the most visited national park in the USA. Around 12 million visitors last year. And then over here is the Smoky Mountains in the background. Steakhouse you got. Of course, that Governor's Crossing is a big shopping area here in Sevierville. Then right here on the left is 5 Oaks development. And then you have the Tanger outlets over here. Big Tanger outlet mall over here. There's 5 Oaks Kitchen Farm Kitchen over here. Outback Chipotle over here. About to come into some of the big tourist attractions over here. See in the distance, I don't know, maybe. You got Apple Valley over here on the right. That's a popular attraction where it's an apple. Of course, the apple farm. They grow all kinds of different apples over there. They have a restaurant. They have a bakery. So all kinds of different apple desserts, apples, apple cider. Said Pigeon Forge and Sevierville are right next to each other. So you cross, you leave enter the Pigeon Forge city limits, then you're leaving the Sevierville. Vice versa. There's the little Pigeon River. That's where Pigeon Forge gets its name from, the Pigeon River. We're coming into Pigeon Forge. And Pigeon Forge is where you have most of your tourist attractions, besides Gatlinburg, of course. And over here you got there is Wonderworks, the building right up here in the second that's upside down. There you can see the Hard Rock Cafe over here. And Hatfield and McCoy's Dinner Theater is right up there. Of course, you have several of those in here, Pigeon Forge Dinner Theaters. You go watch a show, and during the show, you have audience participation, usually between two sides of the dinner theater, and of course they serve a dinner during the show. Of course, Hatfield, that's a popular one. Of course, probably the most popular one is Dolly's Stampede dinner show. Of course, that is Dolly Parton, which they come out and do. They serve a dinner while you're watching the show. Usually, you're divided by one half of the crowd against the other half, like maybe north versus south or whatever. How they got it divided. And there's the pirate. There's a couple other ones, like there's the Pirates show. I haven't seen that. I've been to the only one I've been to is the Dixie Dolly Stampede. That's the only one I've been to. I haven't been to Hatfield McCoy's or the Pirates or any of the other ones. Food is good though, I have to say, for a big dinner show where you're serving that many people. They do serve some good food. And sometimes they will involve you into the show, the audience. But if you come up here, just get used to sitting in traffic coming up here, driving down this road, especially on a weekend. Weekdays maybe not as bad. Now there is a back road over here on the left. If you go back over here, that Governor's Crossing, and go out there, there's another road that goes the highway out there that you can take. And of course, right here is the Titanic. Got on the left over here, you have the National Enquirer. That's a pretty new attraction. They do have sidewalks though running through up and down this road, so it is walkable. And I say, and there's also a trolley too. There's a trolley system in Sevierville County. Has all kinds of different trolley stops you can get on and ride. I don't probably pay by the ride or a daily fee. Of course, Pigeon Forge does have a population. I think it's about maybe 6,000-7,000 population. Of course, you got a lot of seasonal workers that live up here too. They'll work during the main season, busy season of the year, and maybe go back to where they're from the other part of the year. Got a lot of timeshares up here, a lot, hotels. They're about 30 miles from Knoxville. Go back out to Interstate 40 and be in Knoxville in about 15-20 miles of the city limits of Knoxville. You're about 10 miles right here from the interstate, though. Maybe a little more than that, maybe 10-15 miles. The Hollywood Wax Museum over here. See King Kong on top of the Empire State Building over here on the left, maybe. And then, of course, there's the mountains in the background. And Gatlinburg is about, I don't know, 7-8 miles from here. Of course, Gatlinburg, famous mountain resort city town, sits down in a valley in between the mountains. And it has all kinds of tourist activities, tourist attractions. Has the only ski resort here in Tennessee, over Gatlinburg Ski Resort. Of course, Gatlinburg in this area had a big fire here about 6-7 years ago, and it almost got to it did get to part of Gatlinburg and burned some of the buildings and businesses up there down. Killed I think 10, 11, 12 people, unfortunately. But right as it started getting into the city limits of Gatlinburg, it started to rain, and thankfully it put the fires out. But forest fires, that's quite unusual for around here, because usually in Tennessee, you get East Tennessee, or you get plenty of rain. But for that reason, it was really dry for 3 or 4 months before that, and then it came with some very warm temperatures in November. And some strong winds. But I think all of Gatlinburg in this area has definitely recovered from it. Then you got like I said, you got all kinds of campgrounds and RV camping areas you can go to here in Pigeon Forge. A lot of them are next to the Pigeon River. And they will have their own amenities like a swimming pool, playgrounds, showers. Of course, then in Smoky Mountains too, you got Clingman's Dome. Drive through Gatlinburg into the Smoky Mountain National Park. Clingman's Dome is the highest point in Tennessee. It's about 6,700 feet. I think it's the second or third highest point in east of the Mississippi River in the United States. And you can drive up there. There's a parking lot you can park at and walk up to the top of the observation deck on top of Clingman's Dome. Hotel area out here on the right. Liner's Diner. We do have the LeConte Center. That's our convention center up here in Pigeon Forge. Out here on Teaster Lane, that's another back road you can take. Teaster Lane up here on the left, and bypass this parkway here. And also out that way, you go out that way, you can go to Dollywood, of course. Dollywood Parton is from Sevierville, and of course you have Dollywood up here, which is the amusement park. Then next to it is Dollywood Splash Country, which is a water park. Dolly does not own Dollywood or that Splash Country. Her name, she has a associate. She has a partnership with a company. I think they're out of Branson, Missouri, I think, something like that. They own other attractions out in Branson, Missouri, and other places too. Can't remember the name of the company though. She might be a minority owner. And then Dolly Stampede's up here. Then you have the Dreammore Resort right next coast to the Dollywood entrance. That's a hotel, nice hotel. You're gonna have all kinds of. You're gonna have plenty of putt golf up here, go karts. Over here on my left there is a Christmas Village. Over here. See, it looks like a kind of, I guess, a German, Swiss kind of looking design to it. Christmas place over here. Christmas all year long there. Buckets. There's Magic Quest over here on the left. Never been in that. I think I don't know if it's if that's a magic show, if it's interactive or what. Here's the Pigeon River. There is a greenway too that runs by the river. You can walk on too. Here's Harpoon Harry's Crab House. That's a big restaurant over here. And then right there where you see in the distance those towers with, that's I believe Paula, I don't know if I think that's Paula Dean's Lumberjack Square show. That's where they have a show like it's kind of like with a different lumberjack type of events like log rolling and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, there it is, Paula Dean's Lumberjack Feud. Have your go-karts, putt golf, and these like different slingshot kind of rides. And then another popular thing up here too now they're starting to build is these mountain coasters. These are the coasters like they put on sides of the hills up here that just to use the fort side gravity to going down a hill to get your speed up. You can control the speed because it has brakes on it. Starting to get very popular. And coming up here on the left is going to be the Island. That's a newer attraction that's been built in the last 5 to 10 years. It's got big Ferris wheel over there, big with the cars on the Ferris wheel are actually closed, so you're not out. You may be able to see it over here on the left. Then you have all kinds of other shops and restaurants over there, some other rides. It's got a fountain that does shows every so many minutes, choreographed music. And Paula Dean's restaurant is over here too, in front of the island over here on the left. And over here on the left, in front of is that Pirates dinner show I was talking about. It's over here on the left. Said this Pigeon Forge just started really back in the 1950s and 60s. There was almost nothing here. Then it became more and more popular, and this is built up like it is today. Margaritaville's over here on the left. And you got the Alcatraz East Museum. That's a museum of crime over here on the left. There next to the island turned in. Comedy Barn over here on the left. There's Jurassic Jungle Boat ride coming up on the right. That's an old school ride that's been there for a while. It's got these, definitely has not been updated here any time in the last, ever since it's open. But still, it's got that Kishi kind of cool factor of the old school dinosaur design and the old school music that's set to it. You just sort of sit in this little boat and ride on it. Go through the ride right there. Outlet malls over these outlet malls. This over here in these orange red building, those have been there for many years. There's one of the trolley stop stations right here, where Pigeon Forge trolley stop. I don't know if they still got the bear. They used to have bears over here you could go see. With this one store over here on the left, I don't know if they're still there or not. Track. There's Professor Hacker's Lost Treasure Golf up there. That's been there a long many years. You got all these souvenir t-shirt shops and those kind of things here too. Dollywood is over here on the left, back over about a couple miles over here on the left. It sits back in between the hills over here. And they have trolleys too. Of course, you know, they have a huge parking lot over there that have a trolley system you can ride on. If you, they they've got several new roller coasters. Past couple of years, they're expanding. Of course, another big industry, you can rent cabins up in the mountains here, houses, log cabins, a lot of short-term rentals, Airbnbs. Of course, that is also causing a housing problem here in Sevier County. You got all these, some of these big investment companies coming here and buying houses and turning them to short-term rentals and Airbnbs, and then that causes prices to go up on houses because you don't have a big supply. Causes people to work, especially, you know, especially if you're working in a tourist area, and a lot of the tourist industries, a lot of those jobs don't pay particularly high, so it's kind of hard to pay for, be able to afford to live over here. I'll go out here by the old mill for a minute. This is a nice little area of Pigeon Forge. Well, here you got this old mill building, of course, with the water wheel for the by the river over here. And you have some different little artist shops over here, restaurant, Old Forge Distillery. Of course, there's another big thing going on too now is the distilleries up here. You got all your moonshine distilleries, some whiskey, wine. Of course, the most famous one right now is Old Smoky. I think Old Smoky had 5 million visitors last year, the one in Gatlinburg. Of course, that's a moonshine distillery. You can go there and do a moonshine tasting. They do sell their stuff at in liquor stores too, across I think pretty a lot across the country now. Come into the old mill district right here. And right there is the old mill with the wheel. Of course, that's not it's not a functioning mill anymore. There's the little Pigeon River. Nice. Right over here is the little village shops. Like I said, they're like different artist shops. Restaurant over here. Old Mill Restaurant, Pottery House, Cafe and Grill. There's Old Forge Distillery right there on the right. some music going on there too. Candy Kitchen over here. Right here's Patriot Park. That's a big park right here for Pigeon Forge. And the Trolley Transit Center is over here too on the right. So if you want to get on the trolley and ride around, right over here's the transit center for it. Then you got Patriot Park over here. It's got a walking trail on it. And that's where they shoot the, I think that's where they have their 4th of July fireworks is from there too. Usually. I'm gonna drive right up here to T-Star Lane, and then I'll probably end the video. Cause right up here is the way you go to Dollywood, so I thought that'd be a good place to end the video. And there is a golf course over here, so if you want to play golf, there's a golf course back here too. And Sevierville has a golf course. Said this up the red light, that is a road you can take. That's the road that goes to Dollywood, and also out that you can go out that road back and skip the parkway and avoid a lot of this traffic. There's another moonshine place right here, Tennessee Shine Company. Like I said, come up to this red light. And turn left, and that will take you to Dollywood. But that's going to be my tour of Sevierville. Excuse me, Pigeon Forge. If you want to see more Beast in Middle Tennessee, just comment below, like and subscribe, and thanks for watching this video.